You're watching Thrifty Kaniffy. Hello everyone and welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. So I have a Robert Klaas branded knife. Robert Klaas since 1834 with this Klaas shield. Get a picture of the factory on the box here. This is model number KC6325RD. RD standing for red. And on the box you'll see that this is one of those situations where a company has gotten a hold of a trademark of a well-known manufacturer. Robert Klaas made knives for many years in Solingen, and they still do. Solingen, Germany, and they cost in the hundreds of dollars. But this knife really has no association with that company at all, and as far as I can tell, just bought a trademark and started producing knives under that trademark. This is not hundreds of dollars. This is $16.28 at Chicago Knife Works. But we will judge the knife on its own merits and try to ignore that they've basically tried to pretend they're something they're not. You've got a red bone shield here, red jigged bone, and I think it's pretty attractive. It is a more red color than I'm used to seeing. A lot of times they say something's red jig bone, it's actually more brown. Well, this is truly a dark red. And it's got an unusual jigging pattern, not quite like what I've seen in the past. Sort of much more random jigging, which is good because it kind of makes it look natural. And you got this black spotting in here to kind of add the nice transitional appeal to it. But you've got nickel silver bolsters, and this is again a squared bolster, Stockman. Recently showed two other square bolstered Stockman, so we're kind of on a Stockman roll. But you have this really nice attractive Klaas shield. It was well designed by the original people and then reused, so pretty neat. And then you've got those brass pins and brass liners, which I always like to see brass liners. It's a area where people will skimp. So seeing those is a good sign. And I don't really see any gapping. Nothing major anyway. So it's well constructed. The handles are smooth. The pins are smooth. The shield is well inlaid. Got a nice taper here at the end. It goes well into the bolster. And both sides are really well done. I don't really have any gaps between the handles and the bolster there. So that's a good look at it right there. I'll just pause that for a second so you can absorb the quality of the build there. So I really don't have any complaints about how it was constructed. I really don't. The color might not suit you. There's other options for that. There's some amber jig bone and some other colors available. And these come in the serpentine style with rounded bolsters too. Probably would have gotten that one had it been in stock, but this was available, so this is what I got. Let's take a look at the blades. So you've got this main clip blade. Now, the blade material is not provided, so I don't know what it is. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine, so I'll leave you to that to try to figure out. But you have this tang stamp here with the crown, and then it says ROBI Klaas. I'm not exactly sure why. I would think it would be T, but it looks like an I to me. And then since 1834, so that's what they have the trademark for. Maybe Robert Klaas, that's what they did in their abbreviation on the blank or the tang stamps. But it does look like an I to me, so maybe someone can explain that. Also, then you have the So then on the reverse of the blade, you have another etching here that says number 25. So I'm assuming that's the pattern number. And then it says stainless below it, but again, we don't know, what blade material they use. Now it has a nice long nail nick, and the edge looks like it's really well done. Pretty even there for a long blade. That's not always the case. Something in this price range. Satin finish, so really have no complaints so far. And there's no half stops on this. It's a nice, I'd say about a 5 pull, 5.5. Snaps in pretty well. And then on the opposite side, you got your spade blade, which is a pretty attractive spade blade. Now there's no tang stamps on either side of this one, but you do have a nice little nail nick there, and nice little point to the spade blade, which a lot of knives are a lot more dull at the tip, so it gives you a little more of a point. Good snap on that one, about the same as the front, 5.5 on the pull. Now you have your sheep's foot here, and take a look at that edge grind. Not quite as well done as the main blade. It's not bad though. And then there's the back. Again, no tang stamp on either side. So, but these are pretty well made. I'm a little shocked. You got some pretty decent thick blade stock on these. You don't have any of that flexing. Of course, it's a large Stockman, but even still, I've seen large Stockmans with real flimsy blades. So, not too bad. Not a lot of flex there. Really no worry for blade rub. When I use that spade blade, I'm not scratching the sheep's foot or anything, so that's good. Pretty well constructed knife. Pretty attractive handle. Chinese made, and there'll be a sticker on the blade that says China, but once you take that off, that becomes a mystery, right? But yeah, these are Chinese made, and it'll just be like a big label here. It says manufactured in China. I already took it off before the review, but there you go, guys. Robert Klaas, sorta. Robert Klaas, branded knife, mystery knife. Don't know a lot about it. If you guys happen to know more about the company or the distribution company RMZ, feel free to post more about it. But I think they've kind of, shied away from any kind of press where there's little defined about it, and it's probably intentional, right? But there you go, large Stockman. We can measure it and get some more measurements on this. We're not in any rush. That one's right at 3 7/8 inches total length. Blade measures 3 1/8 total length, and then you've got a cutting edge of 2 3/4. That's for the main clip blade there. Now we can measure this back here. There you're looking at a 2-inch blade, cutting edge about 1 3/4 for the spade blade. Probably much the same for this. 2 1/8 for the sheep's foot, and then maybe just slightly over 1 3/4. We'll call it 1 7/8 for the cutting edge. So, we'll do a quick weigh of it. I can weigh it real quick. You guys get a good look at the top view of it while I'm pulling out the scale here. So let's crank this little boy on. Let's turn this guy on here. And let it tear. There we go. Looking at 2.85 ounces. And 80.82 grams. So, not super heavy. For a large Stockman, I think that's pretty reasonable. But, there you have it, guys. Available on Chicago Knife Works for $16.28. Also, I think it's available on Smoky Mountain Knife Works for around $1 or more. $1 or $2 more, maybe. But, don't know if these are going to be continued to be made because it looked like the trademark ended unless they somehow renewed it since then. I think it may have ended in like the summer of 2019. So I really don't know. There's a big mystery on this knife and the brand and whether they're going to be making more. I couldn't even find a website for it. So if you guys have any more information about it, or you can lead me down a path to more discovery, please do so. But that's going to do it for this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a fantastic day, and take care.